Hello, hello, hello. That looks better. Hi. See, it's basically pajamas. It's a funny looking thing in the camera, isn't it? Let me go and put it across to the other. You can see me, but I can't see you for the minute. Let's see, that is there. Yes, I can hear me. Now, do that, and I share onto my public, and we're good. And I put this down like this, and we're back. Hi. So, I'm just gonna do my nails. I had a lovely one of those, terrific showers where you sort of do this and scrub that. Time to do these nails. So, put a towel down over my piano. I think that will work. What's news in your neck of the woods? A toast to you. It's Sunday in Melbourne lockdown, and Anthony Kalia they're going to do something tonight, Anthony and Tim, which is fabulous. Or already have. I don't know if it's already dropped. A toast to the boys doing more lockdown madness. How wonderful. I've put the doggy in Andrew's office. I know he misses Andrew. So, all right. Look at this gorgeous thing. The silly things. We're all quirky, right? Some of us more than others. What an elaborately fabulous looking Christian Dior nail polish remover. Isn't it gorgeous? Well, that was Christian Dior nail polish remover a long time ago. At least 5 years ago. I'm going to guess more. Hello, there's somebody it's Jammy night tonight. Hello, mwah, gorgeous cousin Lee. I'm just going to do my nails because it's just about sharing. I figure no need to feel isolated at home. I would be very careful where I put things down near a piano, which is why I've got a big towel here across everything. I forgot to tell you yesterday that River had queued up a gorgeous movie for he and I to watch. It's a Pixar sort of, I think it's Pixar type. I'm not sure it's Pixar. Getting ridges in my nails. That's funny. That one looks better. And it's called Mitchell's versus the Machines. And it was just great. It was just great. I love animations. I love animations with good music, and it was that. And my dream job is writing for, Disney musicals. And some of my composer friends are within those teams now. So it's sort of inching closer. As I started going towards that dream, I realised how little I knew about the whole field of music to movement and music to film, motion. That's it. There's lots of terms to learn. Wow, I can't do my nails and talk at the same time. Who'd have thought? I guess I never have. I always do this very quietly. I haven't brought a nail file. That can go on. I like to run around the house with that and find all the things that need little bits of glue taken off. There's always something. So yes, Mitchell's versus the Machines had a lot of heart. It was very cool. And one of the things that I think we'll see in lots of other movies was that at midday the world was normal, and by 2 o'clock it was normal, and really by 20 past 2 the whole world had gone crazy with computer chips led by the Apple equivalent. called Pal. It's cute. Where everything had gone wrong, which made plenty of sense in the movie. You know how they always go futuristic things have, when we see all the robots gone rogue sci-fi things, if you're into such things, which I am, it's always set a good 100+ years more in the future. And this just changed that completely. The colour I am wearing, because, of course, we have to share that now, isn't it? Oh, it's too much on the first. I'll just get rid of some. That's better. Being a pianist, both hands behave themselves when I'm doing nail polish. Most people can't do their left hand. But as a pianist, it's all okay. That is the brand Essie. And it's ballet slips. Oh, it's flaring, isn't it? Okay. I can't show you. It's that in that light. It's Essie ballet slippers. It's very simple. No bright reds here on short nails. Hello to people all around Melbourne, all around Australia, all overseas. Hello to friends. Deanie, I haven't called you back in the UK. How embarrassing. There's a few people I haven't called back. Oh, my mama just today has gone to rehab in hospital. So she's still down at Moorabbin Hospital, where she's been for, what are we up to? Sunday, coming up to 5 weeks tomorrow, I think. And so she's in a different bed in a different wing as of today and starts her rehab tomorrow. So, of course, mentally we're all down there with Mutti a lot. And she has her bedside phone, which is great, and she is well enough to tell me what she's up to, which is wonderful. All right. Well, I'll come back to the second coat in a few minutes. Yes, I know I could have done it before, but that's not what I did. You'll be wanting a song, I'm sure. And I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yes, I do. Jamie asked for Toxic Tango, which we wrote together. She had a stunning set of lyrics, or poem that lent itself to lyrics, and then I ran with those. And it's a tale of domestic abuse, and we D minor seems right. Oh yeah, C minor. Okay, we'll try C minor. It may or may not work. I should write that down somewhere because these songs are getting closer to things. C minor. What call Danny? C minor Toxic Tango. How are you going with it all? Have you had a quiet Sunday? Have you sort of been doing homey things? I had a lovely long sleep and then woke up filled with energy and just sort of went around the house. It was lovely. You know that feeling when you're sort of just hurricaning through the house and everything's getting more and more in order, and it was a good feeling. It was lovely. And then suddenly it was time to do something else, or dinner time was coming on for the kids. Here comes Toxic Tango. I'll look up, the words. And this isn't well sung in yet. I wonder if, oh yes, da-da-da-da. I think we'll do that because I need to be right on mic. Lots of things are going to go wrong and I have to scroll for words. And it's very, very wordy. So we'll just stop on, off and on. When it's right, then I can print it out and do it properly. We saw Meow Meow Are you all familiar with Meow Meow? She's a Melbourne actress, singer, dancer who I've known from the beginning, teenage years or something. And she's off doing international stuff. She is utterly incredible. And she has a show that looks like it's all being improvised and is utter mayhem. And there is an element of mayhem about it. And she's completely in control. And I adore what she's doing. So we, after Jane and I saw Meow Meow the last time together, then we went, let's write a song for it. And Jane said, I've got these lyrics that are really dark and cabaret-ish, and we could work with that. So here are the dark cabaret-ish things. Oh, this may not work how we want it. You sit with a coffee, trace your hands upon my skin, and you see it makes me shiver, and I love the light that shimmers in your hair. And the dishes for the dinner that you made as an apology, still piled up in the sink as we drink our morning coffee, but I don't care. When I touch your arm, it flexes and on my hand, and you laugh at my silly joke, and I can't resist the smell of you. Oh, I need to drop out some lyrics. It's like you're my addictive opium. Click. But there's darkness deep inside you. I'm a master of ignoring, and you love me every morning, but there's day and night to get through. And is this love? This is love. I can feel it. And each action will reveal it. You drop by a long lunch, you say, I was expecting you today. You push me up against the wall. When we kiss, you taste of salt and danger. I drop my robe to the floor and you gaze at the Chantilly lace, Parisian silk. Where did that come from, you say, and I smile with a hint of fear. And you trace the curve of my mouth onto your thumb, and I lean in close, but you slap my face and laugh. Cover up yourself, you slut, you say as I watch you walk out. The picture of you smalls and smashes as you slam the door. Oh, is this love? Can I feel it? And each action will reveal it. And is this love? Can I feel it? And each action will reveal it. I'm dressed up for dinner, you arrive, but tell me that you've changed your mind. When we kiss, you taste of cigarettes and whiskey. Did I see a curl of menace on your lip? Your mood is careless, so you shove past me to get another drink. I go to grab the falling bottle, I lose my balance and slip. My lip is bleeding as I say, what about dinner? And you kick the coffee table clean across the room. Your face bleached with anger looks different to me. The frisson of fear and excitement is gone. It's no longer thrilling, it's chilling. The stench of your anger hits me as I'm shoved against the wall. And this can't be love. I can feel it. And but this passion, I reveal it. And this can't be love. I can feel it. And each action will reveal it. You sit with your morning coffee. Right. It's a bit of fun. I have too many words. It is exciting. Thank you. There's too many words in that version. I knew it wasn't the final version. Get to that and less words. I think there's a recording of it already in a working demo. Less words. I don't have the final version. Any favourite songs you'd like to hear, darling Lee, after that rather strong song? That unpeaceful little tune of domestic abuse. Mm. Oh, while we're thinking, I can do the second code. How nice. Fascination. It was fascination, I know. Is there a family connection with that? Because my mum loves fascination. Da-da-dee-da-da-da. They used to go dancing to it. The sisters. Lee Emmett, who's on there saying hello. Lee is my cousin. And our mums, my mum's the last alive of 3 sisters who really, in the 1940s were out as a pretty well-known gang of Eastern girls because they were the Australian answer to the Andrews Sisters. And the 3 girls would perform everywhere. The returning troops and the radio and all this sort of thing. Mum's generation. Yeah, okay. And the 3 sisters getting up to all sorts of mischief. Lee, I wonder if you know the story of the night that it sort of centres around my mum, but it certainly involves your mum. Great family story. This is quite true. That everybody was forever falling in love with all the 3 sisters, and my mum had many suitors, as did the other 2 sisters. And so one night, somebody came to call on my mum, but when they came to call on one sister, they were also sort of getting a triple whammy for that. So, and it's before phones, so you would simply rock up to somebody's place unless you'd organised it before. I think this first one might have been organised. So he comes into the sitting room, into the good room, as it was known, back in their little place in Thornbury, the outer suburb of Thornbury, where life was not the same in Thornbury back then as it is now in Melbourne. And so man number 1 is in the good room in the front and having a lovely chat to my mum, and perhaps one of the sisters is in there, Auntie Wilma, Auntie Viv. And then there is a knock on the door, and Auntie Wilma comes in and takes my mum aside and says, "There's another guy here to see you." We'll have to tell this story with all the different guys' names. I have to make them up. And my mum says, "Well, you sit with the first guy in the good room and I'll go and talk to him for 5 minutes and then we'll reverse." Okay. And so they are doing that in 5-minute lots, and every 5 minutes Mum would go, "Oh, I just need to go and check on something. Wilma, will you come and talk to?" And then Viv would then, the 3 girls were doing this. Grandma Pauline was absolutely in on it, right? She thought it was hysterically funny. And hello. And then there is a knock as somebody comes around the side to knock on one of the windows of the girls and ends up at the back door. And we now have 3 men. And so there's one in the good room, in the sitting room. There's one at the front door and one at the back door. And they're all sort of officially there to see Eleanor. But they want to see all the other sisters too. And so they're doing this round robin thing where they're trying to keep all the guys not aware that there's other guys there. And I said, "Oh gosh, how long did you keep that up for?" Like 10 minutes. And Mum laughed and laughed. And when she said, "Try 2.5 hours." They just went round and round. It's like, "Oh, I'll just check what's in the kitchen. I'll go and get some some cookies. And around they went. Hours. And Grandma Pauline having a gorgeous time going. They'd all just duck out. There's always two women in each thing. So isn't that a fantastic story? So Auntie Wilma is in that story. Like it, musical chairs, yeah, musical. And it hasn't, I've never seen it in a movie. I don't think a scriptwriter has thought of doing it, but it happened in real life. But there, I hope. Can I play yet? Almost. We'll give them another minute. Fascination. So there's words to fascination, isn't it? Do you want the tune or the words? Let's play it old-fashioned. Oh, I can hear Annie Wilma. It was fascination. Auntie Wilma was the pianist of my mum's generation. Oh, let's go around again. So that was the sound that I grew up with. My Auntie Wilma could play absolutely anything by ear. And you know that app that you can sing a tune into and it tells you what the tune is? Well, before that app, there was Auntie Wilma. You could call her up any time of day and night and sing a few notes. She's like, oh, I know that. Yes, yes. She always knew them, knew everything. Terrible loss when he lost her. And then some years later, that app arrived and I went, oh, the Auntie Wilma app, thank goodness. It was fascinating. On your dance card, which would hang from your wrist, and a pencil on this one, or no, tucked into that, I think. And that was often the waltz of the night, was Fascination. It's a lovely grand waltz to dance. And so if you like to dance a waltz, you would go up to a girl and ask if you could have the waltz for the evening, and it was often going to be Fascination. Oh, that's a very old-fashioned sound, isn't it? I had a music box with Fascination too. And then the prongs broke at one stage, and so I replaced the prongs thinking that it would go fine, and it made a completely weird song in the rhythm of Fascination. You're most welcome. Did that sound a bit like Mum? What a beautiful playing style she had. Gosh, she had an incredible ear. Auntie Wilma's ear was just stunning. Wow. And the whole art of playing by ear disappeared for a long time, and now we have people. Oh, it did. Oh, I'm so glad. That's so nice. Now I teach people how to play by ear because there's so many people that can only play from dots and charts and really hardly at all by ear. It's a beautiful skill. Which links into a bit of a story that when my first connection with piano, my brother was learning. He was, I think, 8 years old when he started, so I was 3. And we must have, I don't know if we already had a pianola at that point. I feel like we did. I think we must have. We must have already had the pianola. Scott was mucking around on the piano, and I would muck around on the piano, and then he went off for lessons. Because when I first started playing piano, I had to stretch up on my tippy toes to be able to play the keys. So that's a pretty short person. Anyway, at around that time, when I could play piano like that, on the pianola, if you know, a pianola is a mechanical playback device, pre-electric pianos or electric song playback. And underneath are 2 big bellow pedals that you work with your feet as a grown-up. As a little kid, I discovered that if I sort of stood with my whole, underneath the piano, right, so I'm that short, if I put my whole weight on and then this shoulder, I could make the pianola play. And there's only one tune that I wanted to hear, which was the Merry Widow Waltz. And I just played that over and over and over. I couldn't get enough of it. I just thought the playing was beautiful. I couldn't explain why I loved it so much. And as it started to come into the final bars, I would often start to cry from the idea that it was going to finish soon. And then Mum would come and do the reversal thing, and it would flip back to the beginning, and I'd just do it again and again. Then we sold the pianola when, I don't know, I feel like maybe I was 10 years old or something, and we were getting more serious pianos for the serious pianists in the house. We got a lovely new Yamaha, but it's not the same as the old pianola. A new Yamaha doesn't have the same heart and soul as an instrument. And so I missed it terribly. And I always wondered about the Merry Widow Waltz. And I was at a gig playing at the Regent at the Sofitel, where I was doing 5 hours a night, 6 days a week for years. And it just suddenly occurred to me that I could now play by ear so much that Merry Widow Waltz was in my head, note for note. Even though I hadn't heard it from when I was so young, I'd heard it a million times. And I can't remember the introduction, but I just remember on the tune. And I started playing at the gig, which was not such a great idea. That's what it sounded like, note for note. Start crying there. that's where I started with piano. And I met somebody whose granddad used to, it's that grandma, yes. Hey, I miss you too, darling Nikki. You know, we ate all that chicken. Brilliant. And the only pianola company in Australia was down just behind Sylvan Lake, pretty, very close to here, country stone's throw. And so I went in there and I found where the Merry Widow Waltz had been created there, because they were creating the piano rolls. And then I met somebody whose granddad, that was their whole job, was going and playing at that pianola place. And so I felt like I'd sort of got all of the elements of the story together and met each of the people responsible for having created this one pianola roll that had affected my life so much. Isn't that a lovely, lovely story? So there, and you heard that bit, the scale going up, and then later, and I would try to, that was the only, like, I just sort of watch it, and and I try to play where it was, but I'd always try to catch that scale. I was just a little bit before, I was like a cat trying to, catch the keys. Beautiful. The smell of the pianola roll. Oh, with the very old paper at the end as it goes fast, as it loses the traction. Marvellous, marvellous. I don't think anybody out there would have the same connection to a CD that a little girl would have to a one pianola roll. Maybe, I shouldn't say that. People, young artists get a single thing that they find, don't they? All right. Whoa, pardon me. It's woken up some things. Well, I've had a lovely little chat with you on my jammy night tonight. I didn't wash my hair because it's just so cold. I thought, what if I don't all have it warm enough? But it's look, I've got the house so hot. I'm just like this, so I'm sure it would be fine. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. It's lockdown. I'm only washing my hair for me. You don't mind, do you? No. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Oh, I was going to do some breathing together. We'll do that tomorrow, I think. A bit of sing along. When I look at the screen, there's all sorts of fizzy, fuzzy flashes. Are you getting that as well? Or is it only just... Oh, and it says Oh, I know what it is. It'll be because I've ticked the green screen thing. Ha, gone. Right. Okay. I remember that from the past. Let's just have a little bit of breathing before we go. Breathing in. Out. In through the nose, shoulders down. Quietly out through the mouth. You can do it audio if you like. In. Out. Relax your stomach. You should feel your stomach moving. Well done. In. Well, look, I've been influenced by that sound. In. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Expand your back, expand your lower ribs. Well done. We should do some more of that. Good for me and good for you. It's been lovely sharing tonight with you. Simple things. My nails look nice now. I need to do that for more days than I care. the numbers going? I think they're going pretty well, aren't they? I'm not following it really. I'll wait till it's a maybe. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Sing along. There's no place like home. 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 Stay healthy, stay optimistic. Make sure you're getting enough laughter into your days. With love to Darwin Hilton. With love to Brunswick East. And all around the world. Good night, Andrew. Good night, Xander. Good night, Melbourne. Good night, Planet Pandemic. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7